Well, Jay, disappointing afternoon for you today, a loss at home. What are your thoughts on today's game?
Like you said, a disappointing day, frustrating day really. We've been such a good run lately. You kind of go into every game, well, the game being off last week sort of didn't help the momentum carry on sort of thing. And I felt today was a good opportunity for us to get back on it and keep the run going. But it just wasn't to be our day really.
I mean, it's quite a heavy pitch and the ground staff put quite a lot of work in after the youth team game on Wednesday. I mean, do you think that had an influence on today's game at all?
It's difficult. You can say yes, it had a little bit of effect on it because it's heavy on the legs and that, but it didn't stop Broadbridge Heath scoring the goals that they scored, and we still created chances on the pitch that is heavy like that. It's also difficult to say that the pitch played a part in it when so many people put such big effort in there to get this game on and turn it around from the FA Youth Cup game the other night to make it in the condition that it was tonight for us to be able to go there and play. So it was heavy out there, but that's to be expected after recent weather that we've had and the amount of games that have been on the pitch.
As you rightly said, I mean, there was quite a lot of chances created, even after we went behind. It's probably a bit frustrating for you that we were creating some chances, but for whatever reason we just couldn't put them away today.
I thought, if you watch the first sort of 15 minutes, I thought, we were really on it. We were creating chances, we were picking up really good pockets, playing really good balls through, getting shots off a goal, created some opportunities that I think on another day would have gone in for us. And then, as I said, I thought we were good for our money at that point for 15 minutes, and all of a sudden, Broadbridge Heath counter-attacked, got themselves a goal, and I think we were left a bit shell-shocked from it, if I'm honest. So, and be fair, and I said massive credit to them, I'm not going to take anything away from them. They were very well organised, they counter-attacked brilliantly, they defended brilliantly as a team, and we just, in the end, just couldn't break them down and put our chances away. And I think it's one of those events that we could have played all evening and probably not scored. So we dust ourselves off and we get ready and we go again.
As you say, it did feel a little bit like that, didn't it, today? Could we still be out there now and maybe not score? Just one of those days, unfortunately. We've spoken before about, the depth of squad that we've got. Had a very strong bench today. Some good youngsters on there that came on and tried to influence the game. But encouraging sign that Dan Perry and Mr. Box, Martin, were out there warming up today. So, anything you can tell us about those two guys coming back into the team?
Only that they're slowly introducing themselves back into training, doing a bit of running, and that's with Tom Schley as well. I think Tom Schley might actually be ahead of them too, so it'd be good to have him back within the squad. But the squad depth is good, and with big players like you just mentioned there, it's three sort of starting sort of players really.
Yeah.
But they've got to fight their way back into the team because, as I said, the squad's been so good. These youngsters have been on fire, and it's all up for grabs. Everyone's competing for places, which is always a good thing because it keeps the standard really high within training, within games. So yeah, it's going to be tough pickings for Gary and myself, but good to have that problem with players that we've got available.
As you say, from a management's perspective, it's not a nice position to be in. The fact you've got to let people down, but what a great position to be in on the other hand. Guys fighting for places, and that's what you want. You want hunger, don't you?
Yeah, you do. You do want hunger, and that's what drives standards forward all the time. Keeps us on our toes as a management, keeps the players on their toes as players, and as I said, we keep a competitive environment out there, and I think that's really helped us drive forward this season. And the squad depth is really good. So yes, always in football you can disappoint people, but also if you're playing well enough, you keep your spot, and that's just the way we are.
We now move on. We've got the next two games. We spoke about it earlier. We've got Mercer away midweek, and then we've got Erith away the following Saturday. Two big games, one cup game, one league game. What's the approach going to be for both games?
Well, like you said, we've got a big squad, so we get a chance to use a fair few players between those games. But the game plan for both those games is what we've always set out to do. We set out to win games. We don't set out to do anything other than that. Two very different games. One's a Lovett Trophy, one's a league match. But we treat it as a good way for us to try and bounce back from today on Tuesday and put things back in place that we want to put back in place and play the way we want to play and hopefully finish the game the way we want to finish it. And then we've got Erith the following week, which is going to be a massive league match for us. And we're playing two good sides this week. So, you know, there's no easy game, and we've got to be on it to compete with those guys.
Well, I know it's been a difficult result for you and Gary today, but thanks for coming in and speaking to us, and good luck on Tuesday and Saturday.
No, thank you.
Thanks, Joe.